Hello everyone and welcome to Criterion Connection. I'm Wade.
And I'm Joe.
And it's a hot one out there, so because it's so hot, we're going to do the right thing. See what I did there? I did the thing. Yeah, by Spike Lee, 1989. It's going to be coming out on Blu-ray next week. Which, is in my cart and stuff like that. But yeah, it's his second movie, I believe. I think She's Gotta Have It's the first one. I think he does this one next.
I don't know.
I'm not that,
the chronology of Spike Lee joints is not very clear in my brain.
I'm fairly familiar with Spike Lee movies. I've not seen a lot of them. I've not seen Crooklyn. I haven't seen that. But I've seen movies like She's Gotta Have It. I saw Old Boy. I saw, Black Klansman. I saw this movie. And, yeah.
I've seen Jungle Fever.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about Jungle Fever. Yeah. But, yeah, this is about the character Mookie, played by Spike Lee.
Sort of.
He's your protagonist. He's the guy you follow around on his day. You could have followed everyone else, but you followed him.
Which they do. They do follow everybody else.
Yeah. But, he's kind of like... He's Spike Lee.
Yeah, he's the most central character, even though you do follow everybody else as well.
Yeah. He's a pretty, also stars a bunch of people. It's in a neighborhood. I believe Brooklyn was the neighborhood.
Bed-Stuy.
Bed-Stuy. It's in New York. There you go.
It's the Bed-Stuy.
And there's a heat wave going on. It's getting hotter by the day.
Well, this is all in one day.
Yeah. So by the day, yeah. So it's getting hotter by the day. Just like it's getting worse.
It's going to reach 100 today, folks.
Yeah. There's a lot, said by Sam Jackson. Who's the disc jockey in this? It's a lot of early roles for people like Sam Jackson. There's Martin Lawrence is in this.
Mm-hmm. John Turturro.
John Turturro, yes. Who plays the slightly more racist brother.
Yes.
Yes. Mookie works for a pizza shop. There's a pizza shop. There's an Asian fruit basket area, like fruit store.
Well, they have like a convenience
produce
store.
Yeah.
They have like a convenience store.
Yeah, but they have like produce in the front. And you just got people just dealing with the heat, man. Dealing with the heat, and
it's just this undercurrent of racial tensions throughout the whole time.
Yeah.
Because you have the cops that come in, and the cops are white guys. But, they still, they don't want to be there. It's hot.
Yeah.
They're shutting off because they're shutting off the fire hydrant, and the one guy's, bugging them about, hey, they got water on my car. He's like, do you want to file a complaint?
Yeah. Even little things like, that guy, Jordan's got fucked up.
Oh, yeah, the guy who owns the brownstone in the Larry Bird jersey.
Yeah. Even little things, it's just kind of growing, the cops taking away their, you could say it's about white people taking away from African Americans, right? Yeah, they took away the water. They took away the pleasure of it. They took it away.
Yeah, the one thing that cooled them off and just kind of made the day more fun, and they did it really early on.
Yeah. The cops kind of suck, as they usually do. Yeah, and then you got Radio Raheem and all these other characters.
That's the one thing, with this movie, is all these characters are really flushed out.
Yeah, the mayor.
And they're all three-dimensional. It's one of the best writing jobs that Spike Lee's ever done.
They feel like authentic, real people.
And it's arguably one of the best written movies.
I love how it's shot. It's shot it's shot like a regular cinematic movie, but it's also got a documentary feel to it.
Yeah, it's got a lot of handheld movement.
Yeah, and a lot of you're talking to the camera.
And then I always the one time where everything kind of the first breakdown where all the characters are saying super racist stuff and the zooms that they do.
Yeah.
That's one of the coolest effects.
They do the zooms, and then the last
it's one of the most iconic shots.
Yeah, and then the last thing, that whole sequence of the stereotypes, is they're going closer in, and then they do a thing when they get to Sam Jackson.
Where he comes up.
He rolls into the shot.
Yeah, it's not the camera zooming in, it's him coming up to the camera.
And it's he's doing something, it's a different way, so he's like, hold on, stop. He's the one trying to stop it.
Yeah, everybody's got to chill out.
Yeah, so he stops it by doing a different way with the camera movement. And I think like, little things like that really make the movie great. It's, I like how Mookie is not... He's, in the end, just kind of, through most of the movie, until, like, the last act, he's kind of passive. He's kind of... He's nihilistic at times. He's just, like... He's not dedicated to Rosie Perez.
Right.
He's not dedicated to his job. He doesn't want to go far and beyond. He just wants to...
He wants to make it through the day.
He's like a tumbleweed. He's going through, like, the tumbleweed in, like, Big Lebowski, whatever. Like... It's constantly going through the movie. Mm-hmm. Kind of like that. And, he's also introducing new characters. Like, Radio Raheem! And then Radio Raheem does, like, the love-hate thing.
He's a big, like, mediator personality in the beginning. And then, like, as time wears on, you start seeing more of his flaws and start understanding, like, okay, well, this guy isn't, like, perfect, but, he's trying to make the best of a bad situation, and then, like, it gets worse when he starts making more decisions.
Yeah.
Like telling Jade not to go to the pizzeria and telling Sal to leave her alone. And it just kind of unravels like the movie does.
The whole movie.
Like, the whole tension of the movie, it's such a great thematic and also, like, using the environment to portray... what's happening in the film. It's almost as good as, like, The Thing in that respect.
The heat is the tension.
Yeah, and as it gets hotter and the day wears on and people's patience gets thinner and things start boiling to a.
There's also like nice little moments like before they do the racial stereotype kind of like zoom in documentary shot. They, it's basically the younger brother and Mookie having a conversation like. Who's your favorite basketball player? Magic Johnson.
Oh, he's the older brother.
It's like
Pino.
Yeah, Pino. Then why do you say the N-word? Well, why do you say this? Mm-hmm. But these they're black, but it's kind of like this weird thing to explain it, and it's just like really kind of like it's a nice little conversation. I feel like a lot of like that could have saved a lot of this tension. It's just like just a conversation. And it kind of devolves back into like a racist thing. And
the failure to
Michael Jackson or whatever,
to really bridge that communication.
Yeah.
And try and really relay what they're trying to say to each other.
Yeah, there's like a bridge, but it keeps getting pushed back.
It almost happens, and then it falls out right at the end.
It all culminates to spoilers. It all culminates to there's the pizzeria and the Wall of Fame, which it's one thing, like, I understand he's a little bit, the one that's bitching about the fucking wall.
Bugging out.
How can I forget bugging out? He's, like, bitching about the wall, but it's just like, if you go to a Chinese restaurant, I don't expect any white people or black people on the Wall of Fame. It's like, it's kind of like, an understanding, like, I understand why there's only Italians on the wall. You know what I mean? There's, like, kind of understand, but, like, it's so much tension going on in this place.
Well, it's just... It's a small thing that he keeps picking at it. Like it just keeps bugging him for some reason. And bugging him. But it's just like it keeps festering and kind of pushing him and pushing him and pushing him. And the more he thinks about it.
And he brings Giant and Radio Raheem, who's scary enough.
And he was already like had a bad experience because Sal told him to turn the radio off when he was in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't fucking hear him.
Yeah, it's like...
to be fair, like, you're trying to order pizza, I mean...
And you understand where, like, Sal is coming from, too. It's not like...
And Danny Aiello just, again, like, with the Oscar performance...
Yeah.
Like, nails it. Like, he's... he's sort of... He's a very complex character. It's hard to describe because he has those, prejudices, but he also loves the community.
He also has like
he tries to, like, help his son understand. Like, no, these people are good people. Like I've been here for so long.
And also, there's like it's one of the only people that Mookie has like a warm connection with, I think.
And Mookie keeps pushing against it too.
Yeah.
And you're just like, Mookie, like the guy's got he's
like
you
you got a job forever and you're like a son to him, like Come on, Mookie.
Yeah.
Just deliver the pizza. Don't take 2-hour lunches.
The 90-minute around the block delivery.
Yeah, don't do that, Mookie. And it leads to and also, I lost my thought there. There's just a lot of things like about Sal, in a normal movie, like a non-normal movie, but like a movie about racial tension, Sal will be the villain. They would paint him as the villain. He would just be the villain. This one, no one's really wrong. Well, maybe the NYPD. But the NYPD was scared of a giant motherfucker like Rady Rahim.
Yeah.
I hate the cuss, but he's giant.
It's all, like I said, this movie is such a fantastic writing job by Spike Lee. Every character is three-dimensional. Everybody has, the points where they're right, the points where they're wrong. Everybody has their own flaws. Everybody has their own,
except for the mayor.
Virtues. The mayor saves the kid.
Yeah.
Everybody has...
The mayor is the only one that's really level-headed in the movie.
I mean, he's still, kind of a sloth kind of character who gets drunk. Yeah. And he does try and earn money, but, he doesn't hold a job.
Yeah.
And he does, bug people all day.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's a kind-hearted person.
Yeah.
He's not all bad. And
it's
everybody... and that's the point of the movie, is, everybody is kind of good and bad, and it's just a matter of trying to communicate and bridge those gaps and those differences.
And also to do the right thing.
Yep.
Which is title drop. I'll make sure to give Scott title drop. He says, do the right thing to Mookie. Mookie's like, no. But then that leads to the question, did Mookie do the right thing? He does one thing in the movie. One. Mm-hmm. That's not passive. He does a concrete decision to throw that trash can into the window. Mm-hmm. Spike Lee has gone to say, Mookie didn't do that to divert the riot from Sal and his family. They went to divert it to the property. He said it was he was pissed off that his friend died. The one thing that he's just he could have sat on that curb and been passive. He always been. He's just even to the death of his friend, he's I'm going to be out of it. You know what I mean? But he decides to take it, and he says hate, which is interesting because the
love-hate.
I should use the left hand because the right hand is love that reaches out in the soul, whatever. But that was the hand that killed Abel, and I liked how he said hate, the kind of a stamp of Rady Rahim. And he destroyed the place. And you feel bad for Sal. Because he built that. And it's also a big part of the community that you just destroyed. Mm-hmm. But that's when the heat wave breaks. And a release. It's more of a liberating release.
Yep.
Of anger and tension. And
I said, it's perfect use of the environment.
And there's another little thing that I noticed on this watch that I didn't notice in the others. He wears his uniform after the place burns down to get his paycheck.
He also wore it, he wears it after he takes a shower, halfway in the movie.
Yeah.
When he stops at his house, and Jade's like, why are you here?
Yeah, is this your quintessential 2-hour lunch break?
And he's like, well, I'm going to take a shower. And then that's when he starts wearing his uniform.
Yeah, I like how, when the whole place is burnt down, he's like, I'm going to wear my uniform and go up to Sal. And even he's F you, Sal. And Sal's just here's your money. Obviously, and then he's dude, the insurance will pay for it. But that's not the point. Mm-hmm. It's his livelihood just got taken away from him by a situation that could have just, bugging out could have just left it alone. You know? It didn't help that Martin Lawrence's group is there to antagonize it, or everyone's just yelling at the same time. It just kind of everything, every little thing is like a chessboard. Just everything builds up.
It's all about, understanding another person, hearing them out, and trying to understand their
But in
point.
the end, everyone is screaming, and no one's listening.
Yep, and like I said, it really is one of the best movies of all time. It's.
When I saw this teenager, when I was not really into film or whatever, I thought that's an okay movie, I guess. But now watching it again, especially in these times, when I watched it as a teenager, I was like, what, 2004? What huge racial tensions going on? But after the Trayvon Martin, stuff like that, the racial, especially with the political economy, political
culture
right now,
Yeah.
economy. This is a really movie that really does not age. It kind of like, it still could be played to now.
Mm-hmm.
Though you can't play it now because everyone's going to be like, what the fuck is a boombox? Could you imagine, like, had the phone, right?
20D battery.
Just like, here,
What's a
listen
D?
to this.
What's a D battery?
Do you have a charger? No, they probably have like a little. They probably like one of those little Bose speakers.
Yeah,
What's
little
it on
pills.
the
Yeah. So, but it's such it drives me up a wall that this movie isn't shown more often in like history of film courses. Like it really is one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah.
Period. Like and if you're talking about screenwriting, it's one of the best written movies ever made.
Yeah.
I'll go so far as to say that.
Yeah.
Easily.
So, here's the toughest question of all time, Joe. Are you gonna do the right thing and say buy, rent, or skip?
I'm gonna buy it. Like it's such a easy question.
I kind of spoiled it and said it was in my cart already.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to point it out.
That 50% Barnes and Noble, which I'm just waiting because you gotta wait to because usually when these Barnes and Noble sales happens, like I'm just like, oh shit, I should have made a list.
Yeah.
I never make a list, so now I'm just gonna be thinking. But it's all in my cart.
You need to get your Criterion account and make a wish list.
And I have Letterboxd on my phone. I could just use that.
You can do that too.
But yeah,
it's such
a buy.
Yeah, I mean it's such an easy question.
Yeah,
like it's not even a thought.
It has Public Enemy in it.
Yeah, I mean it's such a good movie.
Yeah,
I was so happy we were doing that.
Yeah,
I'm so happy it's coming back out because it was out of print for a long time for Criterion, and you would have to track down like a DVD copy.
And it's like one of those it looks like it's one of these joints where it's just like it's like this is taped up.
Yeah, where it's like the big thick pack.
Yeah,
I can't wait. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah,
it's so worth it.
Well, it comes out next week. So then we can pre-order right now. Actually,
yeah, you can pre-order it now, and if you don't pre-order it, you might as well buy it when it comes out. Because if it's not in your collection, if it's not a movie that you have seen
outside of Criterion collection,
like if it's a movie you haven't seen, you have to watch.
Yeah, not just like it's a Criterion movie you have to see. No, it's a movie you have to see.
Yeah.
That's our thoughts on Do the Right Thing. What's some other Spike Lee movies that you think should be in the Criterion collection? Because there's none aside from this one, right? Which is surprised.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that there might be some other ones that he's affiliated with. I don't know if it's any that he directed.
That's what I'm saying. It's something he's directed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movies he hasn't directed.
I'll also go so far as it really sucks it's not on Blu-ray, but there's a Spike Lee joint collection. I think Do the Right Thing might be also on that, but it comes with about 5 or 6 movies of his from the late 80s, early 90s. Totally worth picking up.
Yeah.
I regret every day that I traded it in, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, man, I want to watch like Crooklyn or something, and I don't have it anymore.
And we worked at a movie store and we know that Crooklyn was very hard to get.
Yeah, which is why I picked up the collection, and for some reason I traded it back in, thinking I'll probably get the Blu-rays at some point, but not all of them have come out yet.
Yeah, also make some fan suggestions. We're still compiling a list. We're going to start doing more and more of them as the Criterion channel is happening.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on there. We're able to get access to a lot more
We're
stuff.
making kind of like a schedule. I'm making a schedule. I'll show you the schedule. I'm making a schedule, and we're going to sprinkle in fan picks. And there will be a fan suggestion month coming up soon. This year, at least.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, next week we are starting the Colors trilogy, the 3 Colors trilogy. It's blue, I believe, is the first one. Yes.
Don't look at me, man. They're just colors to me.
It's either blue or red. I think it's blue. Whichever's the first one, we're going to do. And we're going to do them all 3. So the next 3 weeks we're going to do that. We're not going to do them all that 1 week. We're going to do 3. So we have 3 weeks of program right there. So we're doing blue, white, and red of the 3 Colors trilogy. So until next time, I'm Wade.
And I'm Joe.
And we will see you later.